Hey, what's up? I'm Benjamin. This is the Eccentric Custom Collective Garage. Today, we're going to talk about my full custom bike I just finished for the RatRodBikes.com build-off. I call it the Smoke Show. So a few months ago, I saw that RatRodBikes.com was doing another build-off. Now, I've done a few of these build-offs. I've been lucky enough to win one of the Muscle Light build-offs. So I decided, hey, why not? Let's get in. So this time I didn't want to build anything that had existed before. Before, I built some fully custom frames as well, and so that's the direction that I wanted to go on this build-off. This bike actually is a hand-built frame. There are a few items that did come off of a vintage mountain bike. This down tube right here, or the seat tube rather, and then the chainstay. And that is literally the only thing left from the mountain bike. I did, however, use the geometry of the mountain bike because I wanted it to be a little bit longer. I'm a big guy, I'm about 6 feet tall, and I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh, but it's a lot. So I wanted it to actually have a little bit bigger geometry than, say, a stock Stingray or like a Huffy Rail or whatever would have had. So I was already ahead of the game because the seat was back here versus right here. So I was going to have a little bit anyway. This top tube is 20 inches. To put it in perspective, some of my vintage Stingrays, they're like, I want to say they're 18 or 19. So they're a bit smaller. The geometry is mountain bike. And then, of course, the chainstay is as well. I wanted to run a 24-inch rear tire. Totally accomplished that with this bike. Not only for the look, I wanted the look of it, but I also wanted the actual like balloon tire and the size because of my size. I wanted to be able to ride this bike, and I have it. It rides fantastic. The front fork is off of a Huffy, I want to say Rail. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it is off of a Murray MX. I believe it's called a Murray MX, and it was kind of a BMX crossover kind of bike in the late 70s that had a bit of a like a bicycle motorcycle type of frame with like the monoshock and stuff, and then it had the front fork as well, like what you see here. This fork is built for a 20-inch wheel. Most of these forks were built for a 16, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a rare bird, but I think it turned out well for this particular build. I hand built, like I said, the frame. I also hand built the chain guard. I took 3 different chain guards to make one. The main chain guard area, the circle, is off of a vintage Schwinn exercise bike. I had kept it around for years thinking sometime I'm going to use this, and well, this was the time. And then the back half of it was just a random chrome one that I found in my pile of chain guards. I collect chain guards. And then the mounting pieces were off of another chain guard that I found. The handlebars are Repop Stingray, as is the gooseneck. The pedals are off of eBay, and they're just some fancy white ones. The cranks are actually Campanolo cranks that I got off a high-end vintage road bike. 24-inch rear wheel is chrome. It's off of a random mountain bike. The front wheel is a Stingray Schwinn fractional wheel. I've got the Schwinn speedometer without a cable currently. And then the shifter. The shifter I had a lot of fun with. It is an adapter that was built by a German chopper bike company. It's a cap that goes over a stock hand shifter. And then this is a motorcycle jockey shifter that I got from my dad years ago. Kind of wanted to make some fun with it, so I put a old school Duncan yo-yo cover on it because I didn't like what the cover looked like. I'm just going to kind of take and show you just some random pictures and kind of go around and maybe talk a little bit about the frame, what we did custom on it, and what I was trying to accomplish with it. So let's get into it, okay? One of the first things you notice on this frame is this down tube. It is modeled after a CW Phase 1 BMX bike. I've always wanted to build a frame like that, and this was the time. I'm also an old school freestyle guy, so dual top tubes, man, that's the way to go. Plus, I really wanted to run that shifter through the middle of the top tube. I thought it was a good look. The back. I call this the ladder to success. No, that's not true. I just wanted to add a little flavor back here, and I've always liked some of the old school muscle bikes that looked like that. Here is our chain guard. This is one of my favorite parts along with that. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole bike. I just really love this. It looks so cool. Besides the fact that I am just, a man of Christian faith, unfortunately, during the buildup of this bike, my father passed away. He used to build chopper bikes, and one thing that he would always do is he'd always put a cross somewhere on his chopper. And when I say bikes, I mean like big bikes, like the one behind us. But I put this on here for him. The day that he died, I did the majority of the work on this bike. He passed away, and the next morning I just went out in the garage and I just started working on this bike. I think it's probably, the main reason I did that is as my father, he lost a battle to cancer. He had cancer. And as he was getting bad, as his symptoms were starting to take over, he so badly wanted to be in the garage. And so, for me, I think it was a way of honoring him by coming into the garage and just working on this bike. And the majority of the time, the majority of the work was done the day after he passed away. This is another cool little road bike or 3-speed kind of element on here. I'd never seen a brake lever like this. And so when I found this at a local bike collective, I was like, you know what? This looks like it would have maybe gone on this bike. And so I put it on there, and I'm honestly really glad I did. Got that eccentric sticker on there. A big question mark I had on this bike as far as the sissy bar is how to incorporate it not only into the frame, but also to where it works with the frame. I thought about rolling it. I thought about just making it straight. Nothing really worked. But as I was trying to roll the one side on the second sissy bar that I was working on, I came out with this. And then I thought, And I looked at it on the bike, and I think it works really well with how this frame is and how like the seat post and everything else comes together. I really like how this particular part of the bike turned out as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun building this bike and I had a lot of fun sharing it with you. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see here. We have lots of videos with cool bikes, cars, whatever you name it, some show coverage and everything else. So hit like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos coming out, and we'll see you next time. I'm Benjamin, and this has been Eccentric Custom Collector Garage. Thank you.